Y'all see that? I got her washing the boat. But we just had a super cool fishing trip. This time of year when the water is cold, you want to get up in the creeks and fish the deep bends, and that's exactly what we did. We were only able to get 2 dozen shrimp, but we made every single one count. But enough of me talking. Let's take it to the creek.
Is that the down tree?
I think it is. You guys get past it?
I tried. I couldn't do it.
No.
Huh.
I need to bring a chainsaw.
Yeah. Wah, wah, wah.
Oh, I'm going through there.
You can't get through that. Are you serious right now? Oh, jeez. Here we go.
Watch your eyes.
No tree will stop you until it does. Is it catching on the...
It's catching right here. Got it. So what we're doing is we're fishing these bends, and what it is the bends in these tidal creeks will be deeper, and this time in the winter when the water gets cold, the fish come back here and stay in that deep water because the temperature of the water stays more regular than out on the flats and stuff. Not that there aren't fish out there, but the creek fishing in the wintertime is definitely really good. And that's what we're doing. That is the orangest redfish I've ever seen in my life. Ow!
Are you okay? What happened?
She just hit me in the eye with the end of the rod.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Are we making a hospital visit?
Look at that thing. That is the orangest redfish on the face of the planet.
Oh,
But babe, you got a little line control there.
sorry.
Look at that thing. It's like a goldfish.
That's what I was like, why does he look so red?
I'm trying to rig up, and
so
Krystal's already on the
pretty.
board there.
Sorry.
That thing is wild. This
You
water.
think he's a keeper?
He's 100% a keeper. The water's so tannic right now that I think these fish are that super crazy gold. And I mean, I've caught a lot of redfish. That's the orangest redfish I've ever seen. Of course, I think I had to wipe the lens off a little bit.
Sorry.
Hold them up so they can see.
Your eyeball.
Gosh darn. That thing is amazing.
He's a pretty
Look at
one.
that. Wow, he's probably 24 inches. Look at that, babe. On the board. Was that the first shrimp of the day?
First and only shrimp I've hooked on so far.
We were also, so we were worried we could only get 2 dozen shrimp. That was all they had left. So we were slightly worried it wouldn't be enough. What do we got there? Some oysters?
He bit me.
How big is it?
Okay. 20?
20, 21,
How
And that-
big's he gotta be?
18.
Oh yeah, he's good. He's 21.
That is crazy. If we catch another one of those, that's like almost worth like getting like painted or something. Look how beautiful that thing
Like
is.
mount him.
Insane
When
orange.
I first saw him, I thought he
So
was
orange.
like a red snapper in the water. His color. I was like, what is that doing back here?
All right, let's
It's
put them on
alright.
ice and do another one. Crazy orange redfish.
That's my first
I
pumpkin.
cannot believe it. All right, I got to rig up and catch another fish before she outfishes me. As
Okay,
soon
go.
as the baits are hitting the bottom, we're hooking up here. Got a little rat red, but he's super orange too. Look how, not as orange as that first one, but
He's like a goldfish.
I literally thought my bait had just hit the bottom and it was him eating my shrimp.
Yeah.
Look at that. That one's, he's not as orange as yours,
No,
but a pretty
still.
one just the same. I'm gonna try to get my shrimp back because we only have 2 dozen.
Oh my gosh, stop.
Look at that. Oh, that's not my shrimp, that's something else.
There you go.
He got it pretty deep. I'm just gonna put a new hook on here.
Yeah.
That hook will rust out rather than me ripping them all apart. Pretty creek,
gold.
orange pumpkin redfish. Let him slide back in. There he goes.
Bye.
What are you doing?
I was just
Doubling up on
ready.
shrimp? We are on a shrimp shortage, folks. We're on a shrimp shortage, and I just caught her trying to double up on shrimp.
I have just a shrimp head, and I was gonna add another body
Uh-huh.
to his head.
We're on restriction. Show them where they're at. They're right over there. I'm gonna start fishing that spot in a second here.
Do it.
And if you were wondering, we're using fresh shrimp. They were alive when I bought them, but what I do is just put them in a bag, put them on ice, and they're not frozen or anything, but fresh dead. Honestly, they'll like almost still be alive.
There we go.
I knew it. Little drum. Oh no, it's a sheep's head.
Little sheep. Little sheepy.
I had the camera on the whole time. I was like, Krystal's about to get one
When did you turn it on?
before you hooked up.
Oh. How big do the sheeps have to be?
12 inches. We're on it. It's been a pretty good day. We were both due for a good day. Had a lot of rough times at the end of this year.
November was just such a rough month for everything. Let's measure this guy.
See, where did you have your bait, babe? Like right over there?
Uh-huh. He's dark too.
It's the tannins in the water back here.
Yeah. He is not quite big enough. He is 10 and a half.
All right, well, let's let him go.
You, sir, can go live another day with your darling.
Don't drop my pliers.
What?
No.
How many minutes are you gonna give it?
I was just saying, you want to move? But I was really reverse psychologying the fish.
Right.
That's what I like to do to them. What is it? Little rat red. Now see, that's just a regular color red right there.
Yeah.
It's not orange. Probably hasn't been living back in this creek like those other ones.
No.
Right in the corner of the mouth. But
A little fighter.
pretty red.
Oh, look at his tail.
Oh, he's got something gross on there.
Yeah.
Like a lesion.
Ew.
But
Let him go. Live his best life.
we're just running little knocker rigs. 25 pound fluoro, little 1/0 circle hook, 3/8 knocker rig like that. And then I'm fishing with my toadfish setup. It's the Toadfish 3000. I believe that's the carbon, and the 7.2 medium extra fast. Great little setup. You can get my discount Tug Trash 15% off anything on their website. most orange redfish. I know we get some pumpkin colored ones, but this is definitely one of the orangest ones I've ever seen. We are getting ready for our Christmas dinner party. So we're just gonna do little fish sandwiches for lunch. Oh look, it's even oranger when you spray it off.
Oh yeah.
How pretty is that thing?
It's pretty cool. I've never seen one like that.
Living in that tannic water. I was looking at where we were fishing and there's some like kind of clay colored banks, and I'm wondering if that isn't part of it too, just that clay in the water. But got my toadfish fillet knife and these cool folding cutting boards that they make are pretty neat. Great to stow away on the boat, take camping, stuff like that.
Case too.
It does come with a case that I've lost.
No, it's behind you.
Oh, it's behind me. But the other cool thing is they come with a sharpener.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta turn it around. So you can hit your fillet knife up real quick before you fillet your fish. This one's already super sharp, so I didn't really need to do that. Come in behind the head. Redfish have super thick scales, so I kind of, watch that, I kind of sneak the knife down in between the scales and cut. If you try to cut through them scales, it's going to do two things. It's going to dull your knife and frustrate you. So down behind the head at an angle like that, then I twist and bring the tip of my knife right down his back like that.
Look at that, cutting like butter.
It is. Then I kind of push down and pop out through the tail. Take any kind of scales you got on there off the tip, off the blade of your knife. Feeling the skeleton of the fish, I'm pushing down and running the knife up the flesh. Get my thumb under there, just like that.
Nice fillet.
It is.
Ooh, that guy.
It'd be delicious. Blackened fish sandwiches coming up the spinal cord, and then I'm angling back down to get all the meat on the other side, like so. Then come here, and there's some pin bones here. All you gotta do is pop those pin bones like that, and then come right down the top of the rib cage, so to speak. Just like that. Beautiful redfish fillet. This one was what, 21 inches, I think?
Yeah.
20 inches, something like that. So anyways, you got your fillet. Take it. I like to pull it out towards the edge of the table, come down like that, and out. And redfish have super thick skin, so you can really push down hard when you're taking that skin off. I'm actually pulling with this hand, and there's your fillet.
Beautiful.
Usually I would
So
cut
good.
a bunch of that red out, but because it's super fresh, it doesn't matter. If I was gonna freeze this, I would trim all that red out, but since we're about to cook it, you won't be able to tell at all. And just trim those little pin bones out there, and you got you beautiful redfish fillet. I'm still tripping on how red or orange really this thing is. Even the fins, like, literally looks like either like a red snapper,
like a red snapper,
but it's really more orange, and the orange on the belly is wild. Very, very cool fish. And I mean, he probably lived his whole life back in that creek, and that's one of the reasons. So
I mean, sometimes we catch them and they're super silver and blue.
well, and what's crazy is
sometimes they're gold.
you'll catch a silver one right next to an orange one.
Yeah.
It just depends where they're migrating in and out of those creeks. Now when you catch the ones that are super silver, they've been living out in the inlet or on the beaches,
Right.
and stuff like that, you know, and not back in the creeks.
Like, he almost doesn't even have any blue in his tail.
He has zero blue in the tail.
It's crazy.
So and like I said, I mean, orange redfish is nothing new. That's why they call them redfish.
Right.
But this one is definitely the orangish one I've ever seen.
Over here we've got cast iron.
Cast iron's getting hot. I've got these redfish fillets, and I think I'm gonna go ahead and just
Cut them in half.
cut them in half to make them easier to deal with.
They'll fit in the pan.
But I've got this blackening seasoning. It's Datil Hook Ya. I am not affiliated with them. I needed some Datil product for something else, and the guy was super cool to me. They're local here in St. Augustine, so we're trying this stuff out. So I like to liberally season my fish with the Datil.
And this is the mild one?
This is the mild. He sent me a medium too, but I figured I'd start with the mild for a baseline. You know what I mean? You don't want to overdo it. We'll get this cast iron cranking, and we're going to sear this off in some butter.
What are you doing with the ketchup?
This is Datil sauce, actually. That's how much Datil sauce Harold's family makes the homemade Datil sauce, and they made us a whole ketchup bottle full. All right, so we got a smoking hot cast iron here, and we're doing Datil blackened redfish sandwiches for lunch. I did put a little bit of oil in that pan, and we're gonna go in with a good amount of butter, swirl that around like so, and before it starts to burn, we're gonna go in with our pieces of redfish. Grab your little piece of butter, get that one over there, and then I need that. Once it's in the pan, go ahead, blacken your other side. And to get a good blackened crust, you want that cast iron hot. So I got her rolling right now. We're on high. Then we got 2 pieces of Publix White Mountain bread.
It's a fave.
It is my favorite. It's a day old. What we're gonna do while that's cooking, we have our tartar sauce that we just made. Give each one a nice big old spoonful and spread that out. I like a homemade tartar sauce. I'd rather eat a sandwich without tartar sauce than eat that store-bought stuff. It's gross. Just a simple little tartar sauce. I don't personally eat tartar sauce that's store-bought. I don't think it's very good. Start with some Duke's mayonnaise. It's the only mayonnaise in the world you should be eating. All other mayonnaises are horrible. I would usually just do a squirt of Dijon, but we're out of it. We're gonna do a squirt of spicy brown mustard and like just a little bit, like not a lot at all. And then dill pickle relish, or right here we just ended up chopping the dill pickles ourselves because we didn't have relish, and a squeeze of fresh lemon juice. And that's all. I mean, salt and pepper. Oh, it's one thing I do. I do is some K-Fred. You could use whatever seasoning you like. This seasoning I like. So
We do love K-Fred.
I do the K-Fred in there.
That's what
And
I was like, it's gonna be too much.
I mean, it's not too much, it just gets spicy. So that's gonna be our little homemade tartar dressing for the sandwiches. It's like we had the perfect amount of tartar. What a nice tartary sandwich.
That's so good.
It is?
Yeah, it's perfect.
And I like to cook my fish like more than halfway on one side and then flip it and just finish it off on the other side. That way it releases real good from the pan. And the fish will tell you if it's kind of stuck, don't flip it. It's right to be flipped. I've got this Toadfish Ultimate Spatula, makes it a breeze. Look at that. Now that's how blackened fish should look. It should be blackened with a crust. Now, go in, second piece, very nice. I'm batting 1,000 here, I haven't broken any yet. Oh, look how beautiful. There we go. How about that right there, folks? Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. I've got just some shredded cheddar cheese. It's just what we had. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm covering. I like cheese on a fish sandwich. Don't knock it till you tried it. It works, man, I'm telling you. This piece is done right here. And we're gonna go on, let's see, we'll go on this one, like that. Betting this piece is done. We're gonna go on that side like that. I'm just gonna see, I done started breaking it. Messing around too much. Reorganize my fish there. We're gonna put cheese on top. And once again, if you don't have one of these Toadfish Ultimate spatulas, I mean, they're a game changer for flipping fish in a pan, and you won't break your fish up like you usually do. So
It's ultimate.
it's ultimate.
Wait, which one's mine?
We're gonna share.
No, we don't get our own.
Sharing is caring.
What are we doing with this bread?
Oh, this piece goes
On top.
on this one right here.
So that's mine.
Okay,
And that's yours?
I guess so.
You get the bigger pieces?
Get another plate out.
Okay.
Well, listen,
I only have 200 paper plates.
Well, listen, I live in a house where everybody hates to do dishes. But then I try to buy paper plates, and I'm like, I don't want paper plates. And I'm like, y'all have dishes in the sink from 2 days ago. You love paper plates and aluminum foil pans.
Someone to comment below who actually loves to do dishes, because ain't nobody love doing dishes anywhere.
I guarantee somebody will say they don't mind doing them. They can come
There's
live at our
always
house.
someone. Yeah, we have a guest bedroom.
All right, so we're coming out with our fish.
Ooh, that looks good.
Burn my finger.
You left a piece in the pan. No
Here,
more.
eat it.
No
Eat it
more.
on camera for the people.
No, not yet.
I'll put it on
Too
your
hot.
plate. And that's it. Turn your heat off.
Get that little bit of cheese.
Where'd my piece of bread go?
I don't know what you do with your bread. You put it on top of my bread.
Look at my sandwich is absurd. That's an absurd fish sandwich.
That's
Look, this is what we're gonna do right now.
Okay.
Like that,
What are we doing?
like that. You don't even know.
You're gonna cut it in half?
I'm gonna cut it in half for the folks. I like, now comment on this. Like, you could do this, but since we're gonna make it a little fancy, you go a little angle, it's like makes it like a whole different sandwich. It's like, you know, when you were a kid, your mom's like, do you want squares or triangles?
Always triangles.
I'm a triangle guy,
I've
so.
always been a triangle girl. Grilled cheese triangle. They used to make.
Is that like a cult triangle sandwich?
There is. They used to make a grilled cheese.
And look at this. Back to the
press.
sandwich. Back to the sandwich. Let's check this out. Oh man. Why is it fighting me? Did I not cut all the way through?
Maybe not.
There we go. Look at this. Look at this.
very messy.
This is gonna be one of them sandwiches where you gotta pull your sleeves up to eat it, folks. That is amazing.
That's so good.
It's time to eat. Let's sit down. She's trying to get fancy on us, folks. She's trying to outdo my diagonal because she had the smaller pieces.
Look at that.
See, that one's perfect. That's actually the sandwich I
Beautiful.
wanted, if we're being truthful and
We can
honest.
trade.
Well, that's why I was going to do half and half. But she doesn't like to share, folks.
Get the fancy Christmas plate.
Oh my
On the paper
gosh. We're not this kind of people, babe.
It's Christmas time.
It makes me feel uncomfortable. Oh,
It's already
look, it's such a mess.
That's good.
I don't think you could get that in a restaurant.
Not like this.
And actually, that blackening seasoning, I use, you guys have seen, I love Chef Paul Prudhomme's blackening seasoning. But that Datil just puts a little extra something different on
It's
it.
definitely spicy.
She always thinks Datil is super spicy. I don't. But, you know, here in St. Augustine, everything is Datil. Datil. It's what we do. So you guys check that out. The Datil Hook Ya blackening
everywhere.
seasoning. Pretty good. But we're going to keep eating here. I want to say thank you guys for tuning in on this one. I know the channel's been a ton of hunting and wood stuff and trapping and stuff lately. Hunting season's almost over. Bear with us. It's going to turn to some fishing and crabbing
Back to the
and
fishing.
and regularly scheduled stuff. So
I'm I'm about to pee. It's okay.
Thank you guys. And Merry Christmas. We'll see you on the next one.